So after the weekend's troubles with the Vittoria tyres, it's got me thinking about wheel choice for the Haute route. Particularly as I'm being peer pressured to trying aluminium rims because they brake better, which I know they do, but the Enve wheels do stop reasonably well. I haven't really used them on hills in the wet, so I can't really vouch for that. However, it's widely known that carbon wheels don't work in the wet braking. These are the Gen 1 wheels, so the Gen 2 has a bit of a textured brake surface, these don't, so they're probably closer to what normal carbon wheels are like braking in the wet. So first I'm going to compare them to these. So these are the DT Swiss RR21 Dicut aluminium wheels that came with my Canyon, so they're not top spec, but they're actually quite a decent wheel set. So it's got a 240S rear hub. It's supposed to be pretty light. These are covered in cobwebs. Took the skewers off, and I'm going to give them a little weigh-in versus the Enves. So obviously they won't be as aero because they're not as deep. However, if it's close, I might be tempted to swap them. So we'll see. Obviously, aluminium doesn't heat up as much going downhill as well. So I read. So there might be actually some truth in this. So let's see what they're weighing at. Disclaimer: this is not a GCN does science. This is not very scientific. Yes, I know these got GP 4000s on. The other wheels have got different tyres on. I know the other one's got a cassette on, but I can take that weight off. The idea of this is, it's either this setup or that setup that I'm going to use, so we'll see. So these weigh in at just over 2 kilos, so 2,033 grams. With tyres, I don't know if that's a lot or not. I think these are supposed to be about 1,500 grams maybe, without tyres, so that's alright. I've got the skewers off as well. And the Enves are supposedly supposed to be a little over 1,200 grams, obviously with no cassette, no tyres or anything on. So let's swap these around and see how much they weigh in at. So the Enves are weighed in, and yes, they have a cassette on, but they weigh in at just under 2.5 kilos. So I'll just calculate I know how much a cassette weighs because I just googled it, and that's 292 grams. So 2493 minus 292, 2201. So the DT Swiss weigh in at about just under 200 grams less than the Enves, so they are in. Swap over, keep those tyres as they are, I think, and use them. Great. Now let's get weighing skewers. Desperate times, desperate measures. I'm actually weighing skewers. What's my life even become? Enve skewers. Ooh, 58 grams. That is light. DT Swiss skewers. 105. No way. That is not. I cannot take that sort of weight penalty on these. Let's go. You're in. That is it. Bike done. Just needs a good clean now. I think this is pretty much as it's going to be for the Haute route. So I might as well do a quick spec talk around. So it's a Canyon Enduro CF 8.0 Di2. It's 2 years old now, this bike. I've got a compact crank up front, so a 5034 paired with an 1132 cassette because I'm a softie and need to spin up the hills. The wheels I've got on there now are DT Swiss RR21 Dicuts, and as we just proved, they're quite light. Physique Alianti VS saddle, standard bar and stem that came with the bike. I've got my Wahoo mount, which weighs nothing. Garmin mount, big thoughts about whether that stays or not. Sorry, the GoPro mount, big thoughts about whether that stays or not, but we'll see. That's pretty much it. Ultegra Di2, 11 speed. It's awesome, really. It's never really skipped a beat. Other than general maintenance, I've not had any issues with this, so it's definitely a keeper. I don't know about not having something to run alongside it next year. I quite fancy something aero, but we'll see. So that is it, ready to go. I'm going to give it a wash, but it's weighed in at 7.8 kilos with the bag on and ready to go. So it's looking good. Still Monday night, just had a quick spin on the hot bike. I think I'm getting there in terms of how to work it. I've got the app going on my phone. I try and use Zwift. So I've turned it off as a controllable trainer. I've tried it in ergo mode and gears. Erg mode is a bit up and down. It does even it out to the right power, but only after a little while. I think it's easier to hold a consistent power using the gears. And it seems to be quite incremental, so it's easy to get a specific power. So I think I might stick using gears for a little while. See how I go, but it's just supposed to be a recovery spin. So I'm just going to do a little bit. In zone 2, just try to spin the legs out. I've not managed to look at the pedaling efficiency things. It's just not showing anything on my phone, so I'll have to look into that at some point. I think I need to press start or record, but I can't figure out how to do it. Yeah, all good so far. Oh, nearly bedtime though, so I won't be on here for too long, I don't think. See you tomorrow.